Well, the current economical climate has been very stressful times for everyone holding down a job, and for many who have lost their only form of income, a disaster. For CEOs, the words downsizing, employment freezes, budget cuts, end-of-year reviews and balance sheets are likely to be a shadow of what they were a year ago. In a new survey from Stanton Chase International, 302 top executives from the GCC took part in a survey which covers everything from growth opportunities in the region to newfound evidence of staff retention. On Inside Business today, we have Panos Manalopoulos, who is Managing Partner of Stanton Chase Middle East. Thanks for coming in today, Panos.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, how did you personally get into the statistical business?
Well, we are in executive search worldwide, and we are very much interested in the way that the CEOs are functioning all around the world, and especially the C-level executives. So it is part of our work to know and to test the market on what is going on with the C-level executives around the certain areas. So it is for the first time that we have put our interest in the Middle East area, and we really come up with some very good finding.
What would you say defines a CEO?
Certainly a CEO has to be a leader. But especially in the GCC region, you know, a CEO was the one that will bring the results, that the guy that will bring the productivity and the profitability and so on. Now things have changed. We are looking for a CEO that he will have, let's say, a vision, and he will be the CEO that he will be the integrator of a lot of things. Innovation is very important. Creativity is very important lately. Adaptability to the new global environment is very important. I think we see it in Middle East and elsewhere in the world that the role of the CEO is rapidly changing.
Now, when the survey was carried out, you know, at what stage had the global credit crisis really kicked in?
The credit crisis has already started in the rest of the world, but it was just the beginning, the first glimpses of the crisis in the area, and especially in Dubai. So we carried it out in November and December 2008, and the results came out in January. So part of this, let's say, survey was actually affected by the crisis, so part of the results were inside the crisis period.
Now, let's talk about the 2008 census. You know, what were the areas of business that were covered, and also, you know, what were the most interesting findings, do you think?
First of all, we have used a wide range of CEOs. So we have covered CEOs from industrial, from consumer products and services, from technology, from financial services, from healthcare and pharma, and from logistics and transport. And the findings were quite interesting. First of all, what we realized is that although the credit crisis has started, the CEOs are still optimistic about the development of the Gulf region. Of course, we have to understand that there is a mixture of different places in which we have received results. So at this time, perhaps the Dubai region is not doing as well as Qatar or other places as Bahrain and so on. But still, we found out that over 75% of the CEOs are still optimistic about the development of the area.
One of the big areas which caught my interest was the staff retention. I mean, that's slightly changed because of the financial circumstances many companies are in now. But on the whole, it is keeping quality staff, isn't it? That's
absolutely,
important.
Absolutely. One of the key areas in which we do measure how strong and how serious is a company towards this, let's say, expansion is how they're dealing with staff retention. How do they look to their, let's say, middle management or even lower management, and what are the incentives they give to keep this staff? You know, laying off people is something that is very common lately, and it is something that it has been discussed, but that has also some other effects that Dubai, UAE, and the whole world will see after the crisis is over.
Now, the Middle East is seen as quite a young place as well to do business. You know, are you finding that CEOs, let's say in Europe, are of an older age than the ones we're seeing here in the Middle East?
Certainly. If we are talking about absolute age numbers, the average number of the CEOs here ranges from 40 to 50, whereas in Europe, which certainly is older, this number is a bit higher by 5 to 15%.
Are we seeing nationalities being, preferred in certain areas of the Middle East to take up the CEO role?
Well, I would say that traditionally there were the CEOs coming from the western part, but this geographical, let's say, approach is not anymore there. Basically, what is of interest of the board of directors and those that they are looking to a real CEO are the qualities, ethics, the speediness of the reactions to the global circumstances. So they tend now to look their eyes not to the western part of the world, but to the eastern part of the world as well.
Now, Panos, how can people get a copy of this survey if they're interested in looking at it?
I mean, they can just contact Stand Chase, and we will provide them. This is a public information, and we will be happy to share this information with anyone who is interested.
Fantastic. Well, Panos Manolopoulos, thank you very much for coming in today. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's it for this edition of Inside Business. You can contact the programme by writing, as ever, to ib@city7tv.com. For now, from all of us on the team, goodbye, and we'll see you again soon.